Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be doing another deep dive, and this time we're going to be looking at Pinterest's Q3 2024 earnings call transcript.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, we're going to really try to pick apart, their financial performance and see if we can analyze some of those, interesting little exchanges between the executives and the analysts.
Yeah. And just to set the stage a little bit, Pinterest hit record high MAUs this quarter.
That's right.
That's 537 million users.
Oh, massive.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, so their revenue also followed suit, hitting $898 million, an 18% increase year over year.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And this is actually their third consecutive quarter of really strong lower funnel revenue growth.
Yeah.
And during the call, CEO Bill Retzke said, "We are seeing the benefits of our strategy to build a performance advertising platform."
So it sounds like they're kind of focusing on more than just, pretty pictures now.
Yeah.
They really want to drive those sales.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about this, lower funnel revenue? What does that actually mean in the context of Pinterest business?
Yeah, so lower funnel revenue really refers to that revenue that's generated from actions that are closer to a purchase, like clicking on shopping ads or even completing a purchase.
Okay, I see.
So, this growth really indicates that advertisers are finding success using Pinterest to actually drive conversions.
Okay, interesting. And it seems like AI is a really big part of that strategy.
Absolutely. And the CEO emphasized AI's role, stating that AI is a core competency for us.
Hmm.
Pinterest's AI makes over 400 million predictions per second.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know, to personalize recommendations and boost ad relevance.
So they're using this technology to anticipate your needs and interests.
Right, like even predict the color palette that you might be drawn to for your next home renovation project.
Wow. I mean, it's pretty incredible how much data they can process.
Yeah.
But what makes Pinterest's data so unique, in the world of AI and advertising?
It all kind of boils down to user behavior. Pinterest users often plan their purchases weeks or even months in advance, like they're searching for wedding inspiration, a year before the big day, for example.
Yeah, makes sense.
So this gives Pinterest valuable foresight into future buying trends that other platforms just don't have.
So they have kind of like a treasure trove of data
Yeah.
that can be used to really target advertising.
Right.
Now, how is this all translating into user engagement and action on the platform?
So Pinterest is really focused on improving that inspiration to action journey, making it easier for users to go from, discovering ideas to actually making purchases.
Yeah.
And they're seeing particularly strong results with Gen Z.
Hmm.
A staggering 66% of weekly Gen Z users consider Pinterest their first or second shopping resource.
Wow, 66%.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a clear sign that Pinterest is really winning over the next generation of shoppers.
It really does demonstrate their success with a younger demographic.
Yeah.
But didn't Pinterest used to try and compete directly with retailers?
I did.
Now it seems like they're all about partnerships.
Right. They've made a strategic shift to really collaborate with retailers rather than compete. And CFO Todd Morgenfeld actually stated that our focus is on being the partner of choice for retailers.
Okay.
And the numbers kind of reflect this change, too. Outbound clicks to advertisers have more than doubled year over year for the fourth consecutive quarter.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
This partnership strategy is brilliant.
Yeah.
By focusing on what they do best, like that inspiration and a discovery,
Right.
and letting the retailers handle the actual transaction, it's a win-win situation.
Totally.
And to further solidify these partnerships, Pinterest launched Performance Plus, which is a suite of automation tools for advertisers.
That's right.
And one of the highlights is a 50% reduction in the inputs required to set up a campaign,
Wow.
along with a 20% improvement in cost per action for shopping campaigns.
Pretty significant improvement for advertisers.
Do they have any specific examples of how these tools are working?
Yeah, they shared a case study with Rugable, an online rug retailer, and using Performance Plus's AI-generated background feature,
Interesting.
Rugable achieved a 37% better click-through rate.
Really? So how does that work?
So the AI actually analyzes the rug designs, and it automatically generates backgrounds that complement the colors and patterns.
Oh, wow.
So this makes the ads more visually appealing and more likely to grab attention.
That's really interesting to see how AI is being integrated into every aspect of the advertising process.
Yeah.
So with all these positive developments, were there any challenges highlighted during the call?
Yeah, they did acknowledge some macroeconomic headwinds, and the CFO noted, we're seeing ongoing softness in the food and beverage category, which is impacting our ad revenue.
Well, that makes sense given the current economic climate.
Yeah.
But were there any bright spots to offset this weakness?
Absolutely. They actually highlighted the robust performance of other sectors like retail, financial services, automobiles, and technology.
Mm.
So it seems like a mixed bag overall, but with a generally positive trajectory.
Yeah, now let's delve into the analyst Q&A section of the call.
Okay.
What were some of the key questions raised?
So one analyst voiced concerns about the potential for slowed growth in Q4, but Pinterest responded with confidence in their long-term growth, driven by factors like, performance plus adoption and international expansion.
Good.
And the CFO stated that we remain confident in our ability to deliver sustainable long-term growth.
Uh-huh.
Another analyst inquired about the total time spent by Pinterest users, prompting a discussion about their evolving metrics for success.
Yes, the ongoing debate about time spent. What was the response to that question?
So Pinterest emphasized their transition from entertainment to search-driven use cases.
Okay.
They are now focusing on metrics like outbound clicks and conversion rates, which they believe are more relevant indicators of success.
Makes sense that their metrics would evolve alongside their business model.
Yeah.
But what else stood out to you from the analyst Q&A?
Well, their decision to allocate $466 million towards share repurchases during the quarter definitely caught my attention.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this move kind of signals a commitment to returning value to shareholders.
It's a good sign for investors.
Yeah.
But does this decision raise any questions about their financial strategy moving forward?
It does make you wonder if they have enough cash on hand for continued investments in growth areas, like AI and Performance Plus.
Yeah, I guess so.
Share buybacks can sometimes indicate a lack of better investment opportunities.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
Did the analysts express any concerns about this during the Q&A?
Interestingly enough, no one directly addressed the share buyback program.
Okay.
However, there were questions about their overall financial health and ability to navigate, potential economic headwinds.
That makes sense. I mean, investors are always trying to gauge a company's resilience, in uncertain times.
Right.
So what were some of the key takeaways from those discussions?
Well, Pinterest emphasized their strong cash position of $2.4 billion. Okay.
As well as a recently authorized $2 billion share repurchase program.
Wow, that's a lot.
They believe this demonstrates their financial strength and ability to return value to shareholders while continuing to invest in growth.
So they seem to be striking a balance between, rewarding investors and fueling future growth.
Right.
But I'm curious to hear more about the specifics of that growth.
Yeah.
What areas are they prioritizing and what potential challenges do they face?
So one area that received a lot of attention was ad pricing.
Okay.
Revenue is essentially determined by the number of ads they show, multiplied by the price they charge for those ads.
Right.
And in Q3, they experienced a 17% decline in ad pricing year over year.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty significant drop.
It is.
What factors are contributing to that decline?
So they attributed it to a couple of things. Firstly, they're seeing substantial growth in ad impressions, up 41% year over year.
Okay.
This is partly due to their expansion into international markets where they're still refining their monetization strategy.
And secondly, there's a shift in the mix of ad types. They're seeing more lower funnel ads, such as shopping ads, which tend to have lower pricing than upper funnel ads focused on brand awareness.
So essentially, they're showing more ads.
Yeah.
But those ads aren't commanding the same price as before.
Yeah.
Does this shift towards lower funnel ads raise any strategic questions?
It does. While this shift aligns with their focus on becoming a performance-driven platform, it also puts pressure on ad pricing. They need to find the right balance between growing ad impressions, improving ad relevance to drive up pricing, and maintaining a positive user experience. It's a complex equation.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the competitive landscape.
Great.
Pinterest didn't discuss competitors much during this call,
Yeah.
but they are certainly a factor in their overall strategy.
Of course, they're facing competition from other social commerce platforms like Instagram Shopping, TikTok, and even Amazon itself.
Yeah.
Not to mention traditional e-commerce giants. So staying ahead of the curve will require continuous innovation and a keen understanding of the evolving market.
When I first heard about their idea pins, those video-focused pins,
Yeah.
I thought it was a great way to kind of take on TikTok.
Yeah.
But it seems like they've quietly shifted gears.
Yeah.
Maybe they realized that video isn't their core strength, or perhaps they just have too much on their plate right now.
Right.
Were idea pins discussed at all on this call?
Interestingly, they didn't mention idea pins specifically. This suggests their focus has really shifted towards, shoppable content and those lower funnel conversions. It remains to be seen if Idea Pins will play a significant role in their long-term strategy.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving pieces in play for Pinterest right now.
Yeah, there is.
User growth, CAD revenue, international expansion, AI development, and these new features. It makes you wonder if they're spreading themselves too thin.
It really does.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think focus is essential for any company, especially in a rapidly evolving industry like social commerce.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what areas they prioritize in the coming quarters and how they manage these various initiatives.
So after analyzing all this information, what's your overall assessment of Pinterest's current position and future prospects?
Well, I think they've made significant strides in transforming their business model.
Yeah.
The focus on lower funnel revenue, AI-powered advertising, and strategic partnerships is smart,
Uh-huh.
but they need to execute flawlessly to maintain this momentum.
What are some of the key things you'll be watching for in the next quarter's earnings?
Well, I'll definitely be watching to see how their new automation tools, Performance Plus,
Right.
impact both advertiser adoption and revenue growth.
Yeah.
And it'll also be interesting to see how they address the pressure on ad pricing.
Uh-huh.
Can they increase the value of their ad inventory through better targeting and relevance?
Yeah. Those are definitely key questions to consider. And we can't forget about international expansion.
Right.
While they've made some initial moves, there's a lot of untapped potential in global markets.
For sure.
So to recap, Q3 was another strong quarter for Pinterest, fueled by user growth, gains in lower funnel revenue, and strategic partnerships.
Yeah, exactly. Their ability to navigate challenges like ad pricing pressure and intensifying competition will be crucial to their long-term success.
Well, we'll definitely need to do another deep dive after their next earnings call to see how things unfold.
For sure.
But before we wrap up, let's leave our listener with something to ponder.
Okay. So given Pinterest's successful integration of shoppable features,
Right?
their aggressive push into AI-driven advertising, and their massive engaged user base,
Yeah,
will they become the dominant platform for social commerce in the coming years?
that's a compelling question. What do you think? Share your insights and predictions, and let's keep the conversation going.
Until next time, happy pinning.
And happy deep diving.